Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to see you all. We're here today with a brand new character that I have created. One, because it's something I've had in my mind for a long time, but also I've also been wanting to share with you guys this mod called Start Me Up Redux, which is available for PC and Xbox. I don't understand why it's not available for PlayStation, because as I understand it, it's not adding any outside assets. It's just rearranging certain ones. For example, the primary thing that it's doing is, and I will show it in this video, is that you start outside of the vault. You were never a vault dweller. You were born 190 years after the war, and you have a different life. You were never a vault dweller. But then you can choose a number of interests or career paths or something like that. And I'll show you all of those as well. One of them is a vault enthusiast. So you're not somebody who necessarily was born in a vault or anything like that, but you like vault tech stuff. So you've collected a number of things that are pre-war and vault tech, different jumpsuits and things like that. I'll mention those in a little bit. And some of the dialogue options are a little different, but they are all voiced dialogue, not from AI. It's just rearranged dialogue from that the player says in the game. And one of the things that you can do is you go up and you see Piper, and she's like, "Hey, I know you're from a vault, so tell me what it was like inside." And you can say, "I'm not from a vault." And she'll say, "Ooh, sorry." And then you tell her, she has 3 questions for you in the vanilla game. What was it like being in the vault? And you can say, "Ooh, I was surrounded by mole rats, and they went feral," or whatever. That question's not there. Especially if you use this mod and you say, "I'm not from a vault," and she's like, "Sorry." And then she's like, "Well, okay, you've seen the Commonwealth and you've seen Diamond City. What do you think?" And then you can answer. And it's like, if somebody ignores kidnappings, what do you do? And you can answer that. And that's from vanilla. The primary thing about Start Me Up is you're not worried about rescuing Sean so much, because he's not your kid. However, to do the main game, you have to rescue a kid. And that's how you find out about the Institute. Well, what the game does is it sends you to Vault 111, no matter where you are in the Commonwealth, and I'll share with you that. And you find a holotape on a body, and what it says is, "Report the kidnapping." So then you go and you find Nick, and then you rescue Nick, and then you talk to Nick. And Nick's like, "Well, hey, what can you tell me about this person?" And then your dialogue is pretty much the same, where you're like, "Well, I'll never forget that voice. It was really creepy and gravelly," and stuff like that. But you don't sound like a concerned parent. And one of the other things that you can also do is, there is a patch where Sean won't look like whatever your character looks like. But for fun, I'm not running that patch, and I just went, "Hey, here's what Sean is going to look like. He'll look like his dad instead of mom." And the other reason that I have this character is I did my best. I'm not very good with the character creation graphic thingamabobber, but this is my best attempt at creating a Native American woman. Because Native Americans are really not mentioned much in a lot of video games, especially Fallout, which is funny because after an apocalypse, I think Native Americans would probably be a little bit more able to handle with the collapse of society than most other people. That's just my opinion. So, as this character is starting not from a vault, I really have no interest in having Sean look like her at all, so I'm like, well, I'll just go with somebody who's radically different looking, and then I'll find out if it actually worked when I do get to the Institute, because I don't know. I've not tried this before and seen if it works. So, this is my character. Her name is Macawi. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. As I understand it, Macawi is Sioux or Lakota for female coyote. And, well, I've got a mod that, the Many Faces of Dog Meat, New Vegas edition. And one of those skins that you can give dog meat is a coyote. And the coyote is so adorable. So I did that. And so let us actually go through and see what you get. I'm 6 minutes in and haven't done anything. And so, yes, I've already gone and created what the character looks like so that I wouldn't waste too much of your time with character creation. So here's how she looks, and I hate this outfit because it just goes way up on the hips and the waist and stuff. I just hate outfits like this. So that's just me. Okay, anyway. We shall walk to the door, and ta-da! This is now the beginning of Start Me Up Redux. Now, what you can do is, this is only a dream and I need to wake up, which is basically you start the game, you were never born in a vault. Never born in a vault, Jesus. You were never pre-war, born before the vaults. This is a dream, you were born outside of a vault 190 years later. Or this is a memory, which is you are from pre-war, you did go to the vault, but you don't want to relive it. Meaning, you don't have to go through everything in the vault. You don't have, and out here, you don't have to deal with Codsworth saying, Mom or Sir, the baby needs your love. And you don't have to deal with the vault tech guy, and if you're hearing crashing, it's Gomez playing with a ball. You don't have to deal with anything before the vault. You do start up after, I'm pretty sure that you do see yourself. I think you see yourself at, I'm pretty sure this is also where you're not necessarily Sean's parent. You were put in cryo, but your cryo chamber was rearranged with somebody else's due to a clerical error in the vault. They had to do some repair work and whatever. So you're not Sean's parent, but you look similar to this person who had the baby. And then you climb out of the cryo chamber, and then you go to a terminal on the wall and pick your special stats. Or this is a memory, let's stay here for a while, in which case you just do the vanilla game, I believe. I usually pick this one. This is only a dream and I need to wake up. And I was in the Commonwealth and just stopped to rest. That's okay. Born outside of the vault. The bombs were falling and I just entered the pod. I think that's the one that actually means that you're not Sean's parent. Pretty sure that's the one. And then this one, just you can go back here and change your mind. So I was in the Commonwealth and just had to stop for rest. What makes me special? And in this case, I'm just going to and I'm picking Wanderer as her last name because, well, Codsworth will say, Miss Wanderer. And basically, it's kind of fun that he sees this person, doesn't know who this person is, so just calls them Wanderer. Strength, I'll leave it at 1, and you'll find out why. Perception, 6 sense. Endurance, I'm going to make 8. Charisma, I always do bump up charisma to at least 4 because I love building. Intelligence, I'm going to leave as 1. Agility is 6. Plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Okay. You'll find out what I'm saying there. And luck will be, I think, 7 plus 2 is 9. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I did before. Oh, I just realized this is going to go on a slightly different save than what I've already got, which is probably okay. So I should do a different name. All right, what would be cool? I really do not want to offend anybody, but I shall just try this. This isn't a standard character that I use. My standard is Macawi Wanderer, but because I'm going to be doing some different stuff here, I need it to be a different save so that I know what's going on. So, okay, do that, and then accept all of these. What are my unique traits? So this one brings in traits that I recall from New Vegas for sure. I'm pretty sure in Fallout 3, but definitely in New Vegas. I always go with broad shoulders. Broad shoulders adds 25 to your carry weight, or just 15 in survival mode. But due to your high center of gravity, you're more likely to be staggered by incoming blows. Honestly, that doesn't happen too much in this. So that I do that. There's Bruiser, which is you're a little slower, but a little bigger. You do 30% more damage, but it costs 30% more action points. That's not me. Claustrophobia, I hate this one. You have a fear of enclosed spaces. You gain +1 to all special attributes when outside, but you suffer -1 to all of them when indoors. That's not worth it. Early Bird, this is dumb, in my opinion. You gain +2 to all of your special attributes from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., so for 6 hours. But you suffer -1 to all of your special attributes from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. for 12 hours. So for 6 hours a day, you have +2. For 12 hours, you have -1. No thank you. Fast metabolism. Your metabolic rate is twice the normal. This means that you are half as resistant to radiation and poisoning, but your body heals at double the normal rate. So you're going to take more radiation and poison damage, but when you use a stim pack, you'll heal twice as fast. No thank you. Fast shot. You don't have time to aim for a targeted attack because you attack faster than normal people. Automatic and magazined weapons fire 20% faster at an AP cost 20% lower, but you're 20% less accurate. That's actually not too bad. 20% is really not noticeable when it comes to accuracy. Finesse. Your attacks do a lot... Whatever. You don't do as much damage, 30% less than normal attacks, but you cause more critical hits, 10% more often. Four Eyes. While wearing glasses or goggles, you have +1 perception. Without, you have -1 perception. It's not horrible, but I don't pick that one. Gifted. This one is awesome. You have more innate abilities than most, so you have not spent as much time honing your skills. You gain +2 to each special stat, but you gain experience at half the normal rate. Note, you can choose to have +2 special stat as a permanent effect in the Pip-Boy, or as a permanent increase in your special points in the perk chart. If you grab the perk chart, you now, for example, my endurance was at 8. When I grab this, it will now be 10, a natural 10. Across the board, all special stats go up by 2 points. I like that. And you gain at half the normal rate. That's fine. It takes a lot longer to level up, but it's actually worth it in my opinion, because sometimes it's a little too fast. Good-natured. People are 20% easier to persuade, vendor prices are 20% better, but your overall damage is reduced by 15%. It's not bad. I often do that one, but why not? Heavy-handed. This is great for melee. You swing harder but expend more energy. Your melee attacks do 20% more damage and are more likely to stagger, but cost 20% more action points. I don't do melee. Good-natured, heavy-handed. Hot-blooded. When your health drops below 50%, you gain an additional 15% more damage, but you also suffer -2 to your agility and perception. No, thank you. Kamikaze. Your boldness grants you 20 extra action points and faster action point refresh rate, but your reckless nature causes you to take 20% more damage from weapons, explosions, and radiation, which is everywhere. No thank you. Loose cannon. You love big guns, but your enthusiasm means you get carried away. Heavy weapons do 30% more damage, but are 30% less accurate. So you'll really be going through the ammunition. But when you hit, well, you'll do a lot more damage. No thanks. Night Owl. Staying up late, you have a +2 to all of your special attributes from midnight to 6 a.m., but suffer -1 from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. when you're not at your best. I thought that this might work with the early bird. Not really. Sort of, but not really. It doesn't exactly overlap. It still might work, but not quite. Small frame. This is one I also take because you're not quite as big as other people, but that never slowed you down. You gain +2 agility, but your arms are 20% more easily crippled. Note, you can choose to have the +2 agility as a permanent status effect in the Pip-Boy, or as a permanent increase in your special points on the perk chart. Now what this does is, this gives me 2 more points to my special stats, on top of the 2 that I received for the gifted. Yeah. So when I had my agility at 6, then I took this, which bumped it up 2 points to an 8, which then I do small frame, which bumps it up another 2 points, which gets me to 10. So that's really nice. I like that. Trigger discipline. Slow and steady wins the race. While using ranged weapons, you fire 20% more slowly, but are 20% more accurate. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. So I'll grab that one. And then the last one, unsightly. You may be good or bad, but you're definitely ugly. While wearing any type of mask, you get a confidence boost for +2 charisma. With a bare face, you have a -2 charisma. It's not worth it. So I'm done, which says, okay, I've selected broad shoulders, I've selected gifted, good-natured, and trigger discipline, and small frame. And I'm like, yeah, I like those. 20 minutes. What am I doing with my life? This is where you choose your life. I'm a vault enthusiast, which starts you off with some vault tech stuff and pre-war things. I'm a survivalist. I don't remember exactly. I'm a scavenger. I'm a hunter, and I'll get into some of the things about this. A raider, mechanic, gangster, so you basically start off with things like the Triggermen have. I'm a trader. Basically, you have a bunch of stuff. Farmer, drunk, so you're carrying a lot of alcohol. A doctor, more medical stuff. Scientist, same thing. Sciencey stuff. Mercenary, some kinds of weapons and armor and things. You can be a baseball player, so you'd be like Mo Cronin. Drifter, probably have the drifter outfit that you can find at the beginning of Sanctuary Hills. Thief, that one, sometimes you start off with a leather jacket and jeans and switchblade knife and stuff like that. Sailor, I've not done that one, so I don't know. A greaser, you basically, that one you definitely start off looking like the Atom Cats, but I don't think you get the Atom Cats outfit, but everything else is. Scout, I don't recall. And then you have specific. I'm a radiation explorer. I'm an initiate in the Brotherhood. So you start off with Brotherhood stuff. Not Brotherhood power armor, but an initiate. You're a tourist in the railroads. Or you're just someone you're normal. You're an escaped synth. So you're a Gen 3 synth who's escaped. You start off with some Institute clothing, armor, weapons. Minuteman survivor, Minuteman clothing, musket. Church of Atom, you start off with their stuff. Runaway gunner, so you start off with gunner things. X-Forged, you get flamethrowers and their armor. Chinese agent, I don't remember what you get with that, but I think you get a Chinese sword anyway. Wealthy civilian, you start off with a lot of caps and clean, fancy clothes. And I think nice revolver, no pipe revolvers or anything like that. Poor field worker, you basically look like the Abernathys. A deserter from the Institute, you're wearing Institute clothing, duh. Wasteland cannibal, you have a lot of human meat on you and probably raider stuff. Fisherman, I think you start off with the harpoon gun. Former Rust Devil, you've got their armor and the weapons they like to use. Former Trapper, yes, you do get the stuff, and you start off with the 4570 rifle from Far Harbor, and Trapper armor. Ex-member of the pack, you start off with, their weapons. Generally a 7.62. Same with the operators. For the disciples, you start off with one of their knives. Not the really cool looking curved blade, but it's a nice knife. It does a lot of damage. And a Nuka-Cola collector. You start off with a whole bunch of Nuka-Cola. And you can weaponize your Nuka-Cola squirt gun. But to do that, you need to do a bunch of stuff in Nuka World first, so that takes a while. For my character here, I'm going to what am I starting with? Scout. Where was I? I was near Vault 111, which this is, I believe, as I recall correctly, this is basically where there's that chair just outside of the vault up on the hill where supposedly that guy was watching you. I can't believe I forgot his name. But anyway, he can be a companion. He's a cool guy too. Anyway, I was in a basement shelter. That starts you in the basement of the house in Sanctuary. I was with a raider gang. That one, you are with the raiders by the power towers near Abernathy Farm. I was in an old ranger cabin, the cabin by the Abernathy Farm. I was at a Red Rocket. That's the Red Rocket between Sanctuary and Abernathy. I was at a robot junkyard. That's the one near the Olivia radar station, whatever the hell it is. I was in Concord. You show up in Concord, the border of Concord. I was in an old bus. That one is the bus near the big parking lot with the cook station next to Concord that has the random encounters all the time, near the quarry by Concord. Drumlin Diner, you show up in the cargo containers right next to Drumlin Diner. 10 Pines Bluff, you're at 10 Pines Bluff. Lonely Chapel, that one, I believe that one is the Lonely Chapel by Sunshine Tidings. I was in an old park. I forgot. But that one's still up north. I don't remember where that one is. I was at a cemetery. This is a cemetery near... What's that creepy town again? There's that creepy town that everyone... It's got nice walls. And they're always checking everybody to see if they're synths. There's a cemetery just up from there. If you've got the Heather Kasdan companion mod, basically it's that cemetery she's out front of. I was near a lake. That's Lake Quanapawit, which is up north near Zimonja. It's a lake near Outpost Zimonja. I was in an Eastern Relay Tower. That's at the Eastern Relay Tower. I was at a cathedral. That one is in... if I recall correctly... the cathedral is basically by Croup Manor, I think. Outside, I was at Vault 81 entrance. You're at the Vault 81 entrance, where you can, yeah. I was outside Diamond City. This happens at the parking lot in Diamond City, just off to the... I go there a lot. I think I've shown it off a few times. I go there a lot because I used to test to see, are my mods working? If I go into Diamond City and I crash, obviously I'm having a mod issue. I have not had that issue in a year, thankfully. I was in the Boylston Club, self-explanatory. I was in Good Neighbor, self-explanatory. I was in Bunker Hill, self-explanatory. I was at a Western Relay Tower. There is a Western Relay Tower, I think, near the huge junkyard that the Super Big John salvage. I think that's the Western Relay Tower. I think. Although that's east. Western Relay Tower. Oh no, Western Relay Tower. I think this is the one by where you have to go meet Kellogg. I think there's the Western Relay Tower. It's by that town and whatever. I'm trying to remember and I can't. I'm doing this because I'm like, ooh, I'm at 28 minutes and I've not even left this room. I was in an old nursery. Funny enough, this old no, where is the old nursery? I actually don't remember where the old nursery is. I was with the Tough Raider gang. That one, you're at the motel by the Poseidon energy plant and the the lake near Lake Kachahuchi Mama Gamacha, the Lake Hoochie Coochie, something like that. It's near the Glowing Sea. I was exploring a marina. That one, I'm pretty... that one is either by Croup Manor or it's down by the Super Mutants and the Raiders. Oh my god. Mid-coast map. I was in an old suburb. I have no idea. I've not actually done that one. I was in South Boston. Well, you're in South Boston. That one puts you by the bus station where the Raiders are at, near the hoagie station. They're not hoagies. They're whatever, meatball subs. I was at a radioactive crater. I think that one's the radioactive crater by Big John Salvage near downtown, I think. It could also just be another radioactive crater. God knows where. I don't like radiation, so I've never started there. I was in a hardware store. Well, there's two, but I'm pretty sure this one is near Hardware Town. Although it's in a hardware store. I haven't tried that one yet. I was in an old dairy. That one is the dairy, Parsons Dairy, Parsons Creamery, up north. I was exploring the glowing sea. You're in the middle of the frickin' glowing sea. I was monitoring Quincy, so you're way down south. I was hanging out with a greaser gang. If you want to be a greaser and you start here, you are with the Atom Cats. And let me tell you, if you start at level anything under level 15 down there, they're gonna kick your the creatures and the monsters down there are gonna hand you your ass. I've learned the hard way. I was marooned off a large island. This one's actually cool. This one's cool. I may actually do that with us this time. I was exploring the marshes. Well, that one's gonna put you way down south by the marshes where a lot of Mirelurk queens hang out. I was at a sandy beach. I think that's the big island that I can never remember because it starts with an S and I keep going with Sanctuary and it's not. I was in an old museum. I don't remember. I was in a radioactive hole. That one is probably in the glowing sea somewhere. So honestly, I'm Sandy Beach. I don't know where that one is. This one's cool though. I'm still guessing that's that island, but I'm going to click off of Marooned Island. What do I have with me? I always go with plenty of gear because I'm a wuss, supposedly. Okay, that's just my inner monologue saying I'm a wuss, but I like starting with everything because I'm already starting fucking somewhere else. Or I can have most of what I need, I have the essentials, or I have just the clothes on my back. So with plenty of gear, I've got generally 2 weapons, maybe 3, one being a melee weapon, good clothing, good amount of food and health stuff. And then it just goes all the way down to you ain't got shit. So I'm going with plenty of gear because I'm that kind of a person. How much do I know? I got 32 minutes in. I can start out at level 1, I can start at level 5, I can start at level 10, or 15, or 25, and then this gets weird. Or 50. It goes up, 10, but it doesn't go level 35, it goes to level 50. Or 100, or level 200, or level 250 out of a game that maxes out at level 275. Or I can go random, anywhere between level 1 and 5, or between 1 and 10, or 1 and 15, or 1 and 25, or 1 and 50, or between 1 and 100, 1 and 250, or I can start between level 25 and 50. Now, what I like to do is I like to start off at, I try to start at level 30, but I can't. So I start at level 25, especially for characters like this one, who've been around for a while and have possibly been through the Mojave. So technically that game ends at level 50, but I don't want to do that. I tend to try to start at level 30. So I'm going to see if I can start at level 30 or something. So I'm going to go with I'm feeling lucky. And enough, I'm ready to wake up. We're 33 minutes in. Or if you go, whoops, I want to change something, you can go back. I don't really want to click that because then I'll have to kind of go through shit again. So enough, I'm ready to wake up. And okay, so yeah, I'm cool with all of this stuff. Okay, I'm ready to wake up. But you did see it says, wait, I need to, so you do get a couple of chances to change your mind. And here we are. And this is how it starts. Started rumor of a vault. Now, because I have Heathercast and I've got a promising partnership to listen to, I've reached level 34. Woo! I like that. That's cool. Okay, so what do I have with me? Okay. Oh, I said I'm a scout. Okay. So, where are we on the map? Some of you may know it just from the surroundings here. But, let's go to the map. And here's where we at. And this is whatever the hell that damn island is called. Why can I not remember the name of the island? Oh well, anyway. And okay, this is highlighted, and I have the mod Ellie's Armor Compendium. Eleonora's Armor Compendium. So, which is a fun mod. I also have a mod that gives me a, what are we at? 35. Okay, I'm going to have to log off soon, but I will be doing another episode right after this. So this will be a two-parter. At least a two-parter. I have enabled... a riverboat has docked at the coast of the Atlantic, carrying trade from the distant peninsula of Point Lookout. The captain offers passage to Point Lookout for any mercenary, treasure hunter, or adventurer looking to explore a new land. So yes, I do have the Point Lookout mod, and the reason for that is I like the build menu, I like the building mod that comes with it. I've shown it off in a couple of other videos, so I'll show it off maybe eventually when I get to a settlement. And right, the guns. So I've got for, whoops. Oh, and there's the riverboat landing. For anybody who's never done Point Lookout, the riverboat landing is there. What I like about this is it's not an outline. So I can fast travel to this right now. And basically it brings into the game a Winchester 1892 lever action rifle, which is nice, and I'll show that off in the next episode because we're at 36 minutes here. And I've also brought in a gun that remodels the Western revolver to be a it's a model 1888 pistol. Basically, it remasters the look, retextures the look of a Western revolver, and it does have its own sound to it. I'll get that for us too. But quests. Rumor of a vault. Search for the vault. And 37. Okay, I've got like a minute. So what it's saying is we need to go all the way up here to start the main quest, which is cool. And then we go here and discover body inside, and it will give us a holotape. We listen to the holotape, and then it'll say report the kidnapping. And that's how we do the main quest. So this doesn't add in new quests or anything like that. It just lets us start as somebody who is outside of the vault, was born outside the vault. And I have less than a minute, so I will probably just show you this shit later. Spectacle Island. There we go. Spectacle Island. I think that's the sandy beach we wash up on, is Spectacle Island. Okay, 38, 18, 19. Okay, and I will be back in just a moment. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, be excellent to each other, party on, and I'll see you in a moment. Bye.